Well, I'm here at the annual meeting of the North American Menopause Society. I have the opportunity to interview,
Jennifer Blake.
and you are.
I'm the CEO of the Society of Obstetricians and Gynecologists of Canada.
And you have been speaking at this meeting about
Women and nutrition at menopause. What to eat, how to eat, why to eat that way.
boy, that couldn't be a more timely or important topic. People are confused. How do you begin knowing what to eat?
Well, I think we begin by saying it's a much bigger conversation than just what to eat. It's stopping and thinking about food and how we're approaching food in our daily lives. And what we know is that that we can get ourselves really off track if we focus on this nutrient or that nutrient or think that there's a magic recipe, but we tend to get it right if we step back and think about the role that food is playing, why we're eating, who we're eating with, how we're preparing our food, who's preparing our food,
Right.
and really look at food as nourishing not just our bodies, but playing a really constructive and enjoyable part of our daily life.
So it's more eat to survive, not survive to eat.
Well, it's eat and enjoy the whole process. Enjoy planning, preparing, eating food, and then choose foods that are going to be healthy and tasty and good for you. And menopause is a great time to make those changes.
Let me ask you, in terms of menopause, there's would you say 3 to 5 foods that every menopausal woman should be incorporating in her diet?
Well, I think that what we would say is that every woman should think about increasing the number of vegetables that she's eating in her diet is a really good starting point. And preferably, you're going to get those vegetables as fresh as you can so that you're getting all the nutrients that they have for them. But we know that simply increasing the amount of vegetables on your plate will have an impact on your health. Second, women need to be increasing the amount of protein that they're eating. And we don't think about that. We think that protein is for the kids who are bodybuilding in the gym. And that's something different.
Is that from steaks or from chicken or from powders? Where do you get the protein?
Well, I would always choose to get anything that I'm getting inside the food that nature
Amen.
packed it in. But with protein, what we have to understand is that our protein needs as we get older, men and women, do increase. And that's because our body is less able to get the nutrition absorb the protein into the body. So we do need to increase our protein, and we need to divide it up. So if our pattern has been to have our heavy protein at dinner, we're not actually getting the maximum value from the protein, and we're probably not sleeping terribly well. What you need to do is divide protein over 3 meals a day. And the rule of thumb for protein is 1 gram of protein for kilogram of body weight. So if you're 60 or 70 kilograms, that's 60 grams of protein a day. That's a lot of protein. So you have to think about, what am I having at breakfast? Where's my protein coming from?
And protein can come from a bean just like it can come from a steak.
It can come from beans, it can come from nuts, it can come from cottage cheese or Greek yogurt, it can come from fish. Fish is a great source of protein that women can have. Just choose the low mercury fishes and think about how you're getting your protein.
And
So
don't
now-
eat. Don't eat.
Don't eat. We handle we handle sugar less well as we get older. So our glucose sensitivity, as it's described medically, goes down. That means that we are not going to do well with sweetened foods, sweetened beverages. We are going to do much better if we go for the foods with the so-called low glycemic index. And actually, there aren't any essential carbohydrates. So if we think about our plate now as half vegetables, and then you've got your protein, now the carbohydrates are what you're eating because you're still hungry after you've eaten those more important nutrients that are on your plate. And if we can cut out those simple carbohydrates or use them as treats, or you don't need a big slab of something, you can be happy with a small taste of something, we can do our bodies a big favor.
So you can have what you want, but in excess and moderation.
If it comes back down to what our grandmothers told us, moderation in all things, we'd be in pretty good shape.
Last question.
Literally.
Any supplements that you feel are helpful?
Well, vitamin D for those of us who live in the northern parts of the continent is really important. So that's something that in menopause is also really important, vitamin D. And in Canada, where I'm from, all Canadian adults over the age of 50 should be taking vitamin D on a daily basis. Calcium, you want to supplement your diet to make sure that you're up to about 1,200 milligrams of calcium. So use a tracker, find out what you're eating. It's always a good exercise to find out what you're eating. And then if you need to use a calcium supplement, use one that's slow absorbed calcium, because you want to absorb it slowly over the day. And again, if you need to take more than one supplement, take it in divided doses. Don't take calcium all at once.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Oh, by the way, give me the name of your website.
hernutrition.ca.
Perfect. hernutrition.ca.
Yeah, Her Nutrition, all one word.
Check it out. It's new and it's awesome.
Thank you very much.